And don't flirt with the photographers.
Please don't.
Don't flirt with us.
And don't flirt with the models.
We got a job to do. We got a fucking job to do.
It's YouTube.
Yes. Hey, shake out the models. I'm here with the lovely Adia, and we're talking about the 5 reasons why most models fail. Adia, you think you know why most models fail?
I think I know why.
Okay, we're gonna go through this list. Reason number 1 why most models fail: unprofessional photos. All photo shoots are not created equal. Shoot with photographers that have great work, even if it's not free. What do you think about that?
So I personally think that a lot of models in the beginning of their careers, they shoot with anyone just to shoot. They'll say, oh, I'm just using it for practice, but then they'll get the pictures back and then they'll post them. And I say that that's not a very good idea.
Not a good idea. It doesn't take much to do a professional photo shoot, right? I mean,
no.
Honestly, you could just shoot with someone like me. I'm just saying, great studio. I'm just saying, has skill. I'm just saying. What else am I saying? I'm not saying anything else, but shoot with me. No, I'm playing. But no, seriously, professional photos, they're not, I don't think they're hard to come by. They're great photographers everywhere. And they might not have a good brand, they might not have a big following, but there's some people that are really good at the techniques, you know?
I agree with everything you said. Literally, it all depends on who you choose. And just like Shape said, don't go for your best friend who is studying photography in college. Their work you may think may be spectacular, but if you're serious and you want to stay committed to modeling, an agent isn't going to look at the picture that your best friend took and think that it's enough to book you on.
Facts. But guess what? You could shoot with your best friend, get that practice, but get those weak ass photos off of Instagram.
Exactly.
You heard? And listen, I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm here to educate because we love you and we want to see you succeed. And if you shoot with me, you will succeed. Say no more. Reason number 2. Personality. Personality. So modeling, it's a team effort. And if you are like, you know, the bad apple in the group, no one else wants to get spoiled. You're the model. Everything's focused around you. That's the great stuff about shooting. And if you have bad energy, everything else is going to follow that way. What do you think?
I agree. Personality, I feel you have to be fun on shoot. You're having a good time. You're supposed to be having a good time. Of course, it's serious business, and everything is coming down to both the photographer's portfolio and the model's portfolio. But make sure you're having a fun time while you're doing it. We only have one life, and if you're spending it moping around or trying to be annoying or like being like, hey, help me, help me, help me, it's not gonna, for both parties, it's not gonna be a fun experience. So I always try to think of everything as a fun experience.
And don't flirt with the photographers.
Please don't.
Don't flirt with us.
And don't flirt with the models.
We got a job to do. We got a fucking job to do.
It's YouTube.
Yes. Reason number 3. Work ethic. This should go without saying, but honestly, the harder you work, the more results you're going to get. Modeling's kind of funny, the way it's been going in this recent years. Honestly, you could work your ass off, not get noticed. You could barely work and get discovered off of a random post on Instagram. I mean, how many models have careers like that? Probably not the most, but it's significant enough where it's like, fuck it, I might not have to do shit anyway. But seriously though, if you're a model in this industry and you want to become somebody, go out there, discover, network, talk to people, get involved, practice. This is your career, you know, you're going to get what you put out.
So work ethic is something that has to be deeply instilled in the person. Like Shape said, you could randomly be discovered by Wilhelmina models and they off one post. But randomly. But for most models, it's not like that. Like going back to personality, that's how you get noticed. That's how you get remembered. People remember the 6'2" girl who was happy and talked to them and told them about everything that they do. They don't remember the 6'2" girl who was in the corner being quiet and not saying much. And the same goes for as far as how much work you produce. Don't shoot once a month and expect something to happen. You have to be consistent and you have to treat this as a part-time, at least a part-time job. If you want.
This is a good point. I don't want to interrupt you, but how often do you think models should shoot monthly?
I personally, because of the way that my normal life is set up, I personally shoot 2 to 4 times a week. And that's just for me. Because I want to put in the hard work to get to where I want to go.
You see that? 2 to 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Work ethic.
If I'm
Work
not
ethic.
shooting, I'm recording YouTube videos for my vlog. I'm working on my book. I'm working on my brand as a whole.
Yeah, if I had to describe the type of work ethic you need, at least be posting on Instagram daily. It could be stories. Stories is the hot things right now
Stories
on Instagram,
is
right?
very hot.
You ready for number 4?
Ready for number 4?
Number 4. What?
What's number 4?
Oh, okay. Number 4. It's image. Models come in all flavors these days, but the most successful ones have a clear and consistent self-image. When I was writing these, I was like, damn, if I could give tips on the 5 reasons why most models fail. One of the hardest things for me to really think about is how do we talk about, appearance, but not be offensive and also be real, because, the time that we're living in now, you could be a model in a wheelchair and become successful. You could be, we have plus size modeling. The thing that we're discovering now is that because there's like all these different types of different looks and different styles and of people, I guess you could say, you got to be kind of consistent, right? Hone in on that niche market. What's your thoughts?
I was literally about to say niche.
Niche
like,
market.
find your niche.
Yeah.
Find your niche and capitalize off of it. Of course, looking at me, I don't look like I'm plus size, but I'm a size 8, which in the industry is considered plus size at some point. So try to find your market and stay in it. But at the same time, change can be a good thing.
I'm glad you brought up the plus size. Wilhelmina currently, at the taping of this actual recording, is doing a model casting, and they're looking for sizes 2 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, the range is wide. But guess what? You better be the best 10, or you better be the best 8, or you better be the best 9, and know when you come in, that's the gig that you're going for. So much is changing in the industry now. We got to really think about what's the most I could offer, where's my skills, where's my talents valuable, and kind of hone in on that.
Exactly.
I'm with that. Number 5.
Last one.
Nothing in life is free. So number 5 has to do with entitlements. I think the problem with modeling these days is that everybody wants something at zero cost. Like, zero is better. And the issue with that is that if you don't invest in yourself, what can you really get, Hey, not everyone's wealthy, not everyone's rich, so you might not be able to buy and spend money everywhere, but whatever little money you can get, One of the models I work with, she bought herself a ring light, buy something, what I'm saying? If you're going to be investing in your career, get the tools, I know another girl, she bought a backdrop stand, another girl, she bought some nice shoes, or they buy the makeups that are popular so they can do a shoot with the makeup on. Do this is what I mean. Don't feel like you show up to the shoot and look at the photographer or look at the brand as like with nothing to offer, and hopefully they staff a makeup artist for you, or they find someone to do your makeup, or they'll have your hair figured out. Like, it's sad. Like, sometimes, there's shoots that I've been a part of, not the ones I set up. The ones I set up go smooth. But there's shoots I've been a part of, magazine shoots, where the models come and they just show up not ready for anything, and they just expect that, oh, I'm a model, so I've seen Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell walks in and she gets her hair done, the makeup done, so they just think that if you're a model, people just open up the Rolls Royce doors and you just hop in and go, It's not like that, If you do your research and you study like model apartments and shit like that, some of the grimy stuff that's going on, you're sharing an apartment with 4 other models and there's like rats and roaches running around the floor and you're about to shoot for times 4. Weird shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But this is the real grind that people are doing on their way up. So just don't expect everything to be handed for you, the red carpet to be rolled out. There's so much competition when it comes to girls. I definitely think investing in yourself is a great idea.
So, in my personal opinion, modeling is like a business. You are creating your own business. You're gonna have to be your first investor. So like Shape said, whether that's buying makeup, buying coaching classes to learn how to walk, maybe you wanna talk to a top supermodel. There are models like Luciera. She offers coaching classes for models to learn runway and posing. Invest in things like that. Invest in as much as you possibly can, but not just money, also the knowledge. The knowledge is something that's very important. Take time out of your day to learn poses, take time to learn more about the industry, find out who your favorite designer is, find out who your favorite photographer is. Try to absorb as much knowledge as you possibly can. And that is also a very key investment in yourself as well, because it goes back to that branding. It's all about finding out what your branding is. It's all about finding out what your image is. And once you know all of that, once you have all three of those things combined, once you invest in yourself, you have your image and you have your branding, I wouldn't say you're good to go, but you know you've taken those first steps and you now know how to traverse through the modeling industry.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't say it better, but I would also add, if you don't do it, just remember someone else is going to do it. Your competition is doing this. Your competition is investing in yourself. They're studying, they're learning, they're working on their pose every day, and they don't expect anything from anyone. So there you go. Those are the 5 reasons why most models fail. And honestly, I'm sure the list could be larger. If you think you know why models fail and I missed something, comment below. Let me know. Comment below. And subscribe to my page. Hit a thumbs up if you feel like this was valuable to you. And share it with a friend.